sliding down a 1,200-metre icy track, head first at 150 k's an hour. Don't worry, this bloke will do it for you. John Farrow, welcome to News and Views.
Thanks, mate.
Now, we want to start back in 2011 because we need to tell this part of the story before we get to what you're doing now. You were training for the skeleton, a sport you hope to represent Australia in at the 2014 Sochi Games, and you needn't just blow out. You basically did everything you need. Tell us about the significance of that injury.
Yeah, that's right. Just training, we do sprinting as we run down the track. So had a bit of a tweak on the knee and everything just let go. So ACL gone, LCL gone, hamstring gone, a lot of nerve damage, a few broken bones. And so had to come back from that. As you said, it was 2011 and I've been recovering and coming back hard.
John, we were just looking at some vision a moment ago of the injury. Here you are at training, and as we mentioned, as we're able to see, it was a horrific injury, but not an injury you sustained in competing. It was incidental, really, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was just a freak accident. So it wasn't actually in the track. Everyone thinks that a sport that crazy, you're going to have an incident in the track. But an unlucky freak accident, my knee just let go, and it all went from there. So, yeah, a bit weird.
You required a donor hamstring, a donor Achilles. You had a problem called foot droop. Where are you now in terms of using that injured leg?
So the knee is real strong. We've got a good support network at the AIS and Swiss. That's built nice and tough. The nerve damage with the foot drop, starting to get some flickers back in it. So I'm not actually completely paralysed in that foot anymore, and it's starting to come back. It's just a long process, and I'm hoping that by Russia Olympic Games in February, I'll be 100% and I can chase medals by then.
Obviously, very determined young man, but I would assume at the time doctors might have suggested you might not compete ever again.
Yeah, that's right. Like, I didn't actually know how bad the damage was. Doctors in the States tried to keep me hopeful. When I got back, it was a bit more down to earth, and they kind of told me to keep a plan B. So I didn't want to listen to that, and I kept trying to improve myself every day. Didn't really know if it was going to come back, and fortunately, this year's competition showed that it was strong, and I'm looking good for the games. So it's all happy days.
So from being told you might not walk again, now what do you have to do to achieve that aim that you set that moment you were injured, that is reaching Sochi?
That's right. I didn't want to give up on myself anymore, and I wanted to just at least go after it. So I've still got a lot of recovery work to do. I can start running and doing a lot more strength work. But the main thing is get that recovery, get that nerve coming back. Once that's back, you know, it's all on again, and I can train like normal. So we'll see what happens in the future, and I'm hoping for the best.
All right, the vision we just saw there, I gather up speeds of up to 140 kilometres an hour, head first down the track. There's not much margin for error, is there? Tell us.
Yeah, that's right. 140 k's an hour, head first. Quite frightening when you first do it. Like any sport, but you do get quite professional at it, and it becomes normal. Really big rush. You've got to be real precise with your steering, and sometimes you do hit walls real fast, and it hurts. So a bit of a dangerous sport, but all in all, it's going well.
A bit of a dangerous sport. One little slip at that speed, as that vision shows, and I hate to think of the results. How do you train for that?
In Australia, we pretty much have 6 months off season. I train at New South Wales Institute of Sport with a group of really talented people. We do a lot of weights training, and then in the afternoons we do a lot of sprint training. So 6 months a year, pretty much training like a sprinter to get fast, and then it's all on tour. So we go to the tracks, we train, we get practice on the ice, and we compete.
All right, and of course the Olympics in February in Russia. What is the procedure from here? Will you qualify? How will you qualify?
I've put myself in a really good position this year, been able to get back to the top level. So I'm on a World Cup level, which gives me maximum points. I'm looking like I'll get there, but we still do have to go through that process. So 6 World Cups from October through to January 22nd. That'll give you your world ranking. If I'm in the selected few, we get to go.
How realistic would a medal be?
Right now, in my condition, not really realistic. If my nerve comes back and I can get my sprinting back to what it was, I think I'm in with a good chance.
Yes, we get the impression from the determination you're showing that it may well be a realistic chance. John, thanks for coming in.
Thanks, Steve. Thanks, mate.
Good on you, mate. Okay, stay with us here on News and Views. We've got a lot more still